So we've got about 10 minutes to bring you a breath of fresh air, go to a real workplace and see and hear from some of the people that these budget measures will affect. Go to Coventry, the Unipart factory there, and Sky's Ian King is testing the water there. And what's the thinking about the budget there then?
Well, the key thing, Dermot, of course, is that this budget is going to be all about productivity, or so we're led to believe. You might remember in 2011 in his budget speech there, George Osborne talked about Britain being carried aloft by the march of the makers, rebalancing the economy from financial services to making things, to manufacturing and exporting them. It hasn't really paid off thus far, but it's crucially important because productivity basically leads to higher growth. You get better productivity, you get better output per worker, you get better output per worker, you get higher wages, you get more taxes, and that in turn reduces the need for austerity. And the reason that we're here in Unipart in Coventry is because this is a business that is renowned for its improvements in productivity. So with me I've got Frank Nigriello, he's the Corporate Affairs Director here at Unipart. Cully Hall, he's been working here for 25 years, and on my far right is Bradley Elliott, and he's just joined as an apprentice. Frank, let me start with you. Unipart's renowned for its productivity. What's the special sauce?
Well, people talk about this productivity puzzle. The economy's going up, productivity's going down. We think we've got an answer to that puzzle, and we call it the Unipart Way. This is a complete system, a different way of working, where employees are highly trained, they're given the tools to be able to solve problems where they work, to identify things that can be improved all the time. They share best practice right across the group, across different types of businesses. And of course, it brings benefits to customers. It makes us more efficient, more competitive.
That means that you can pay people more money as well, presumably.
Well, we'd like to think everybody is very fairly remunerated across the group.
Right, well, Cully, what's it like? You've been here 25 years, your entire working life. What's it been like working in a business where productivity improvements are constantly on the go and driving change?
I think we've faced some tough times in the past, with the country itself went into a recession, but we took that and we realised that for us to be successful, we've got to embrace two big things. Number one, we felt the need to diversify, which we did, and what we happened to do, we've got ourselves in the fuel rail business. We're a successful supplier now with the petrol tanks and fuel fillers and fuel railers, as you see behind you. And secondly, and probably more importantly, we felt the focus to drive the Unipart Way philosophy forward. Because without those specific tools, such as cutting costs, eliminating waste, and obviously, in fact, most importantly, improving productivity, where we are today is pretty much the reason behind its philosophy, is the Unipart Way philosophy.
Yeah, I mean, and Frank mentioned it's all about sharing best practice.
Yes.
So, I mean, you would talk to colleagues right across the business about how to do the job better and more efficiently.
Yes, without doubt. And I think what it is a team. It's a team setting that encourages us to move forward. We have people from the shop floor, and we actually integrate with senior managers on most levels regarding, continuous improvement. Yeah. And I think that's what really has driven this company forward. It's the ability to work together.
I mean, it's very obvious from walking around here. Everyone's got a lot of pride in the business. I mean, you're actually taking on Germany. We all think of Germany as being the powerhouse of manufacturing. You're beating the Germans to export orders. That must give you a huge buzz.
Yes, without a shadow of a doubt. The idea of beating Germany in most cases is a big plus.
Yeah, well, we do struggle with that in England sometimes, don't we? Yeah. Let me bring in Bradley. I mean, you've just joined us an apprentice. What made you want to come and work here and pursue a career in engineering?
Well, before I started as an apprentice, I knew a couple of people from the local area who worked at this business unit and other business units locally. And there's always been a generally positive review of the Unipart company, the Unipart Way, how people work. And I think from day one, there was always input from everybody that I worked with, all the great engineers that I've been around, to try and help strive forward and try and, not just the business, but for me personally, to try and help me learn, to try and help me progress, and try and help me become a great engineer like the great engineering company which I'm working for.
So you're picking up really important skills that you can use throughout your working life?
Oh yeah, definitely. I'm working with great engineers from within the business. I'm going around different departments and I'm learning the different skills from the people. And everybody's always interested to try and help me develop as well so that I can help the business develop.
Okay, well briefly, Frank, George Osborne gets up in half an hour to deliver his budget. What can he do for a business like Unipart?
Well, I think it's already been widely telegraphed about something to do with corporate tax. But I think the biggest thing is to move the ideas of the country from this idea of austerity to an idea about productivity. Because that's how we'll make money. That's how we'll grow the economy. And anything the government can do to incentivize, help businesses to do that, and to inspire businesses is going to be good for the country.
Great stuff. Thanks, Frank, Gully, Bradley. There you had it, Dermot. It's all about boosting productivity, boosting wages, boosting growth. That's what these guys are hoping for here in Coventry. We'll see in half an hour.
We certainly will, Ian. Thank you very much indeed. Ian King there at the Unipart factory in Coventry, back